Hi everyone, my name is Joyce W. Solomon and welcome to my live today. We're going to talk about today about for your YouTube channel and for your side hustle. Sorry about that, my mic was not plugged in. I know, right? It's a sin not to have your audio working and going for your videos. So sorry, y'all. So welcome. Thank you for your patience. Right. So today we're going to talk about how to find a niche if you want to start a YouTube channel, or if you have a YouTube channel and you're thinking of diversifying. This is one of the ways. These are the areas that you can look into, because if you start to maybe incorporate another niche into your current niche, you'll have to do the same process so that you ensure that it's sustainable and it's actually profitable in the long run. Now, even for your side hustle, for your business, it's the same thing. It's the same procedure, because you're looking to address a specific segment in the market. You're looking to address a group of people who are all experiencing a similar problem, or they have a desire, they have a goal that they want to achieve, and you can be the one to get them there. So a niche is that specific group of people, a segment, a part of the market that are experiencing a problem that you have the solution to through your knowledge, your skills, or your experience, and even something that you can learn and be in a position to help them overcome or achieve their goal. In other words, you take them from where they are, which is point A, and you take them to B, where they want to be. This is the desired outcome. This is the desired goal. So your YouTube channel will take your audience from where they are currently. You teach them something in between their goal. Now, this will create loyalty to your YouTube channel, obviously, but also to the work that you do, or to a product, a service, or even a membership site that you might want eventually to have at the back end of your channel. So we have agreed that your YouTube channel or your product or service from your side hustle is the bridge between where your client or your audience is to where they want to be. You are the one who makes everything come together because of what you provide, the content, the service, or the product, or even the membership site or your program. Like, for instance, personally, I provide service in a program that I help, entrepreneurs, consultants, coaches, content creators to build visibility for themselves by building a profitable, standout personal brand that is visible online, that attracts the right and ideal client and audience to themselves, so that they can be able to share their message and have impact and influence, and also make revenue while they're doing it. So it is a whole process that I take all my clients to, and I'll leave in the link below the masterclass that will get you there. It's a free masterclass, free to attend, and then I'll take you on a journey and ensure that you have your pen and paper, because it's quite in depth and it's a lot of people love it, and I hope that you will too. So for your YouTube channel, you need to ensure first you're clear on who you want to speak to. Who is your ideal audience? How can you actually get them to listen to you? Because, as you know, like every single day, there are thousands and thousands of videos uploaded on YouTube. But the question is yours. Are they a part of them? Are you going to be a part of the videos that are being uploaded daily? And this is something that you can actually decide to be a part of. You can actually, be a part of the people that actually are getting attention, excuse me, on YouTube, because of how you have strategically decided to approach your audience, right? So you need to first set goals of who do you actually want to. Excuse me, I'm just gonna have a sip of my tea. So you need to ensure that you've set goals for yourself, that this this is the kind of content that I want to create. Ensure first and foremost that you love that content, that you're passionate about it. It makes you come alive. It energizes you. You absolutely adore doing it. And one of the key things you need to do is you need to set goals first and foremost for yourself. And this is a book that I've written. It's an international #1 best-selling book on how to set powerful goals and to achieve results. So you need to ensure first and foremost, have you set goals for your YouTube channel, right? Have you set personal goals for yourself? Why? Because before you set the YouTube, before you actually decide to go on the YouTube channel, you need to ensure that you have the skills that are required. Meaning, from a personal perspective, you need to actually know what you want. You need to develop the skills that are required. You need to obviously have your communication skills on point, right? Which is, it's a progressive thing. You will always be able to improve, but at least, you need to be able to feel comfortable on camera. If you're not, I am going to be doing another video which will help you if, say, you're an introvert or you're do something else. You want to be on YouTube, but you're not very keen on being on camera yet. So I will give you another video which actually can help you, kind of transition from at zero, where you are not making videos, to actually making videos. And you can very well, if you so choose to, not be on camera, but you need your voiceover. I'll teach you how to do it, and I'll show you, the techniques and the tools, kind of your toolkit that you'll need for that. But it's doable, and I've done it before. Before I started doing live videos, that's what I used to do. I used to have my voiceover with B-rolls, pictures, photos, really very amazing videos. But all you could hear was my voice. You couldn't see my face. So it's something that I've done, and I'm sure that I can help you to do the same. And people have been inquiring me, Joyce, how do we edit videos the way you edit, literally? And it's because, it's something that I've done, and I can help you to achieve the same. But for now, we are talking about when you actually want to be on camera live. So that's something that you can do. It's doable. I've done it before. So you need to ensure that your communication skills are on point. Obviously, you don't have to be 100%. No one is perfect. We are always a work in progress. We are always improving. Even personally, I'm still a work in progress, and I'm improving my skills every single day that I do a video, because I'm practicing. So that's the other thing. And also, you need to ensure that you know your passion, you know what you're passionate about, what fascinates you. Do you want to talk about cars? Do you want to talk about, goats? Do you want to talk about flowers? Do you want to talk about makeup? Do you want to talk about fashion? What is it that actually makes you come alive? Do you want to talk about celebrity gossip? You can start any channel on any topic, as long as you love it, as long as you enjoy it. If it makes you come alive, it's the right thing for you. That's the thing that you want to ensure, first and foremost, that you're clear on. The next thing is, you also want to ensure that you know your life purpose. In other words, what do you want to be known for, right? Say, if this is a bit grim, but if you died, what would you like people to say about you? The gap between your date of birth and your death, that little dash in between. What do you want people to say about you? What will your life have been about? Ensure you know your purpose in life. Ensure that you know what you want with your life. Because when you know what you want with your life, everything is easy, because you can actually decide what you want to do. And as long as it's in line with that, you can move forward into anything that you want to do. You can move into doing your side hustle, or starting your business, or starting your YouTube channel. It makes your life a whole lot easier. Also, in this book on how to set powerful goals and achieve fast results, I also deep dive into how to achieve your life purpose. First and foremost, how to identify it, and the decisions that you need to make in order to find what it is, and then execute, take action on it. And then you form daily habits that help you to actually continuously work on it, so you can achieve it. Because there's no point in knowing what you're meant to do if you actually don't execute on it, if you don't take action. So this is what I help you to do. So those are the fundamental things. And then As long as you know you're passionate about what you want to talk about, it is something that makes you come alive, you're passionate about it, you know your purpose in life, you know what you want to achieve, what you want to do with your life, then you should be fine. So the next thing now, you need to ask yourself a few questions so that you can articulate which what is your niche, who are the people that you want your audience to be. Some of the questions that you need to do, that you need to ask yourself, you might want to go to specific places online that actually can help you find out the problems, the goals that these people are experiencing. You can go to Facebook groups. Those are very good because most Facebook groups, they are created with a purpose to address a certain kind of people. So when you join those Facebook groups, it's very easy for you to actually for people to express themselves, to ask questions, and you can be there to help them, answer them. And you can do this through creating videos and referring them to your YouTube channel, saying, oh, actually, see, somebody is asking, how do they find your niche, right? Like you can go on a Facebook group where people say, they're talking about how to make videos, or entrepreneurship groups. And, you can be like, you can be the one who says, oh, actually, I have created a video on how to find your niche, for your business, or for your hobbies, for your blog, for any other kind of project that you might be interested in. So you can refer them to what you've already done. That's one of the ways that you can actually drive also traffic to your YouTube channel and increase your views and your subscribers. So you can also go to Reddit, deep dive into different subreddits, be involved, get involved in discussions, answer questions, comment, be the one that people come to because of the value that you provide. So you need to be really helpful and be knowledgeable. And being knowledgeable by this, I mean, is that you don't need to be knowing it all. Nobody ever does. Nobody ever does know it all. But one of the things that you can do is inform yourself. Be a continuous learner. Always be willing to learn. Watch YouTube videos, listen to podcasts, read books, be involved in your own personal development, because as long as you're keen on learning, that means you're improving your skills, you're improving your knowledge, your experience, and that means you become a person of high value. Your value keeps increasing, and by the end of the day, what will happen is that people will always be, you'll be the one who's the top of mind when they have a problem. They know, oh, you need to go to this YouTube channel because she does, she has talked about it previously, she's always knowledgeable, she has the right information, or he has the right information. Your channel becomes the go-to place when people experience a specific kind of problem. And what kind of specific problem is that? That is your niche. Because when you start a YouTube channel, as you said, you need to have decided what kind of problem you want to solve. Therefore, you'll become the go-to individual, authority, expert on that particular issue. And it's very easy to do it because you develop your skills, your expertise step by step every single day as you continue to learn and get better and better in your craftsmanship. So some of the questions that you might want to ask yourself so that you can be the go-to person within your niche, and especially for your YouTube channel to be the go-to channel when people experience the kind of problem that you want to solve, by making the content that you do, is first and foremost ensure that your content is sustainable, that it's evergreen, meaning it's always relevant. You can jump on trends, there's nothing wrong with that, but in terms of for longevity, for long-term sustainability of your channel, you want to be discussing issues which are evergreen, which are people are always experiencing, and your content will provide the solution to those issues. So one of the questions that you want to ask yourself is, what's their age, my audience? What kind of age group do I want to speak to, right? And for this, brainstorm your ideas, just write everything that comes to your mind. Most of the time, you'll find that your current life experience will tend to match the current life experience of your age mates, right? So you can decide to go that way, or you can decide, because say for instance you want to talk about business and that's what your YouTube channel you want it to be about. This is quite overall, you want to address beginner entrepreneurs, maybe small type kind of businesses, solo entrepreneurship, or do you want to, small business size, or do you want to address corporations, right? Big enterprises. So now, in terms of age of the people that you're talking to, then you want to ensure that the individuals, say for instance, a single man who is a bachelor living his life to the fullest, right? Or issues or even goals are going to be very different to a midlife, to a guy who is in his midlife, who's got a family, he's got a job, or he's got a business that he's running, right? His life issues are going to be very different to the to the guy who is single and getting on with his career. So your YouTube channel should be able to be able to decide first and foremost which kind of age group do you want here. And from then, this will inform the kind of messaging that you're sending, the kind of words you're using, the kind of examples you're using in your YouTube, in your YouTube content. So it's really important to have an idea of what kind of age group do you want to be talking to, because that's going to be very useful and it makes it easier for you as you go along building your content and video content for your YouTube channel. The other thing is you want to target them according to where they live. This is really important because you notice that most of the YouTube channels, they tend to post on Fridays at certain times, even on Sundays at certain times, depending with, say, with your analytics, you'll notice, you'll get to see after you've posted a few videos, you'll get to see like which geographical areas actually watch your channels, and then you can time which time zones do they actually tend to watch, what time do they actually watch. So geographically, you want to ensure that your YouTube channel, this is when you're really committed to the work that you're doing on YouTube, right? So your YouTube channel, ensure that you upload your videos according to the geographical region that you're addressing when they're awake, preferably in the morning, so that in the morning they get the notification, they know that you've posted, and during the day at whatever time they choose to, they can watch it, right? And obviously have your CTAs going, that's your call to actions, so that people can continue to subscribe. So a very good example is, hope you're finding a lot of value. If you're enjoying this video, click the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button too, and let me know so far what have you learned, what's your biggest takeaway so far in the comments below. So ensure that you're aware of your target areas, geographical areas, and what time are they awake. When they're awake, upload your videos at that particular time. So another thing is, now, I don't want to receive any hate for this. This is a bit controversial, but it's really relevant. Even in business, it's quite relevant. You need to know what's the majority of your gender. I know that's quite a sensitive topic at the moment, but nonetheless, you need to know the gender of your followers, your audience. What's the majority? You'll have a bit mix of both, obviously, but you need to check which is the predominant gender. Now, this is so important because, say, for instance, you are, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel on, say, female underwear, right? Lingerie, you want to be reviews, you want to ensure, you really want at the end of the day to be talking about fashion, style, but for women, right? That will inform your colors, the kind of language you use, your backdrops, everything. Do you know what I mean? A whole lot will be determined by the gender that you want to address, right? And this also obviously will inform, say for instance, you might be wanting to single 40-year-old women who are, at the top ladder, in their careers. The way you address those, the language you use, the kind of, descriptions that you use within your content will be very different if you are addressing male entrepreneurs, right? Because you're talking to completely two different people, two different kind of audiences. So it's really important to know what kind of gender predominantly follow you or are part of your audience. After you've posted quite a lot on YouTube, the analytics will pick that up and they will feed that back to you. I hear it's about when you've reached about 30, I think about 30 videos or so, but this is obviously, your consistency in uploading really does determine the analytics that you get. Also, you might want to maybe use Google Analytics. That is also really, really good. Also for your website or even for your, YouTube channel, you can use that. So it's very good for information, like for data like that, which obviously will help you inform your, inform your content, inform how you, so like the end offer that you might want to make for your to your audience eventually, if you choose to, make it a business. The other thing is, let's have a look. Yes, another thing is also to do with what kind of monetization you're really after. If you want to start a YouTube channel with the end goal in mind, or want to make money at the end of the day to monetize your channel. Obviously, what you need to even qualify to be considered at all by YouTube, you want to have 1,000 subscribers. It's a requirement, and 4,000 watch hours within a 12-month period. But the subscriber count, it's not bound to the 1 year duration. Now, for that, you might want to actually address, your channel might want to niche into high CPM niches. For instance, technology, entrepreneurship, insurance, financials, whereby those companies, they have high CPM, which means for every 1,000 views, you're going to be paid quite a high amount of money. But for a lot of other things, say maybe fashion, clothes, the CPM tends to be quite low. But if, say, your goal is monetization, you actually want to ensure that then you target the audience, or even target your channel, the content should be geared towards high CPM, technology, entrepreneurship, finance, business, that sort of thing, content really that will be very useful for you eventually when you choose to monetize your channel. So that's something to also bear in mind in terms of eventually what's the end goal of my channel. And obviously with YouTube, you know as well as I do, the only thing that really matters is long term, because it doesn't grow as quickly as you might want to. It takes a little bit longer, or even sometimes it actually just takes so much hard work before it actually, if we gain any traction. So you need to be aware of that and plan accordingly. Now, also, you want to ask yourself, how do you want to promote to your audience, right? Say, you want to, this will inform the kind of messaging, the kind of words that you use, the copy really, that you use when you want to promote, say, a specific kind of content to your, to your audience. This will inform the kind of images that you use, the kind of videos that you use. Say, for instance, you're talking to an older audience. If you've watched YouTube for a long time in different YouTube channels, you realize some people talk so fast. Literally, they're energized, they're motivated, they're energized, but the pace at which they speak, it's almost like they're rapping, literally. They're like competing with Sean Paul or something, it's just like, wow, 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 it's so fast. Now, the thing is when you speak that fast, it's okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not throwing shade at anyone. That's perfectly fine. If it's for entertainment, fantastic. If it's comedy, fantastic, right? But if it's like educational, and especially for the older generation, right? Again, your age range, right? If it's for them, you need to be a bit slow, right? But if, say, you're talking to young people, say ages 18 to 34, come on now, do all the Sean Paul rapping that you want. Talk as fast as you like, because they can keep up. But if you're talking to an older generation, then your content, the way you message, the way you talk, that will be quite different. It needs to be measured and, very articulate, very clear, and using a lot of aids, diagrams, demonstrations. You can use tools like OBS. That'll be very good, because then you can pair it up with, maybe a PowerPoint slides, just so that you make it clear and moving at a measured pace. That would be very much, in alignment with that demographic, or senior in age, demographic. But if you're talking to the youngsters, rap away, they can cope they can handle it, so you're fine. Yeah, so that's why it's really important to know this YouTube channel that you're thinking of creating, or this side hustle, who are you going to be talking to? But if it's everybody, then moving at a measured normal pace like I do, you're fine, because the old, the young, they'll get it. So you're okay, right? But if your intention is to be more, it's quite niched in the way that you want to talk, in the issues that you're talking about, then definitely talk in a way that it's clear to the group of people that you want to address. So that's really important. Another thing is, say you're thinking of having a business. That means if you're thinking of having a business at the back of a YouTube channel, or you want to start a hustle, one of the things that you can do is, you start your business, you can document instead of creating. Meaning, as you start your business, you can vlog, you can document your life, your experiences, what you're going through, your everyday tasks, or your experience of the whole endeavor. How are you feeling about it? What's going on? How what problems are you facing? How are you overcoming them? What kind of solutions are you finding? What kind of resources are out there? So as you document your life, or your experience of starting your side hustle, of developing your business, this is so useful to a lot of people, because a lot of people are trying to start their businesses online. That's one of the ideas, that you can actually start your YouTube channel, because when you start it that way, by documenting your experience as a YouTuber, or as a person who is actually trying to start a side hustle, or maybe starting selling something, or creating something, this will relate to a lot of people, because a lot of people are going through the same thing, and they will gravitate towards your channel, so that they can actually learn, or they can compare their experience to your experience and learn from you. That's a really good way of starting your YouTube channel, if that's one of the things that you're thinking about. Then obviously, as your business grows, you want to start marketing your products. Then you want to think, the products that you're making, are they, this is even generally for everybody. If you're in business, you want to ask yourself, your product, are you appealing to the impulse buyer, or are you appealing to the high end, high ticket kind of product, right? So if it's to the impulse buyer, if it's like low, your product is not that expensive, then with that kind of product, you want to at some point, after doing your organic content, you might want to actually start using paid ads. And when you start using paid ads, paid advertisement, you might want to, for, if your product, you're appealing to the impulse buyers, your product is low cost, then you're going to you're going to experience a problem normally, which is, because you're appealing to the impulse buyer, somebody who doesn't take too much thought in buying whatever you're selling, because it's not that expensive. So you're going to use, same, for instance, Google ads. You're going to appeal to the masses. That will be a target audience, depending with the niche, obviously, that you will have selected for yourself. That's very important. And then you're going to experience you're going to be buying ads which have got a very high cost per click, because these are, you need a lot of traffic. These people, they're impulse buyers, so they either want it or don't want it, and it's quite you're looking at attracting very high volume, very large segment of people who you want to who will be interested in your product. But if, say, you're very specific, you're super niche, you know what you want, and what you're selling is so specific, it's so specialized, that it's high ticket, meaning it's quite expensive, and the people that you're selling to, they will take a bit of time before buying. It takes your lead time, the time that your lead times, they're very long. That means you will want to use strategies like remarketing and retargeting, and also your you're going to use a lot of, say, case studies, a lot of testimonials, and know that your lead times, they're going to be a little bit longer than if you're appealing to the impulse buyers. So these are some of the things that you need to to keep in mind when you're thinking of monetizing eventually your YouTube channel by selling a product or selling a service. Or even right now, if you say you're doing business, or you're already on your side hustle, eventually, as you scale your business, these are some of the things that you need to think in advance and prepare for them, because eventually it will impact you at some point. So it's very important that you take into account such things. Also, you want to think of your target audience for your side hustle or for your YouTube channel. Where do they hang out online? Which areas, like where are you likely to find them? Are you likely to find them in Reddit? Which subreddits are they? Are they likely to be on YouTube? Which, on Facebook? you know which groups are they in, which communities are they in, if it's podcasts, which influencers are they following, which bloggers are they following. This is so important because this helps you to tailor your message according to what will appeal to them, which will be easy for them to digest in terms of communicating to them. How do you actually approach them? What kind of language do you need to use? What kind of graphics, photos, or which is the easiest way for them to digest the information that you're giving them. So these are some of the audience research that you need to undertake before you start your YouTube channel. This is if you actually are serious about it and you want to blow up when you do it. You know what I mean? Like you're so keen on it because for you it is a revenue stream. It's at the top of your marketing funnel, meaning at the top you have your broadest appeal to everybody, as many people as possible. And as you come down, it narrows down to actually having people who will be eventually your customers. These are your super fans who are going to buy what you sell to them. So that's the kind of mindset you need to have as you start your YouTube channel. Think a little bit more rather than just pressing start or pressing record. There's some preparation work to be done beforehand so that when you actually come to record your content, it will be helpful to you in the long term. That's why it's really important for you to, if you get a chance, to look at this book. I'll leave the link in the description down below of how to set your goals and achieve fast results, because be it in your personal life or be it in your business life or even for your side hustle or even just to live a productive, successful life, you need to have goals in life so that you can change your mindset and focus on what will lead you to what you want. The other thing that you might want to keep in mind is what kind of content really works for your audience. You need to find out about that, because sometimes you may have actually just jumped on it, like, I just want to start a YouTube channel. Everybody's starting one. Why not? You might just be like, why not? I want to do that too, right? Actually, it might not be suitable for you. Not everything is for everybody. That's why there's so many social media platforms for us to explore and experiment with, which is fun. Go ahead and do it. But if, say for instance, I'll take you back to square one about yourself. Find out which ways do you actually enjoy your content, right? Say for instance, you're very visual, you like taking photos, maybe you're a photographer, you're a professional photographer, you are a wedding photographer, or you're maybe a landscape photographer, things like that. If you say you're more inclined to photography, then YouTube might not be the right choice for you. You might actually want to consider Instagram. You might want to consider Pinterest, right? So you need to first understand yourself before you actually make a decision to move forward and start a YouTube channel. Brainstorm on ideas. What actually, first find out, do a self-audit, have a self-awareness session, right? Sit down and think about yourself. What do you enjoy? How do you automatically consume content, right? Do you like to come to YouTube, or do you like maybe going to Instagram or to Pinterest or to Twitter? What is it that for you is just natural, it flows, or do you enjoy reading blogs? First find out about yourself so that then you can actually with time decide what works best for you. Because at the end of the day, if you choose YouTube, you want to be the YouTuber that you want to watch. Do you know what I mean? You want to be the kind of person that if you're on the other side of that screen, you would want to be the one doing that. And one of the things that can help you identify is by first understanding how you consume your content and what you enjoy. Then from there, you can analyze yourself. Do I have the skill set? Do I have the skill set that are required to actually achieve what I'm about to do? Do you enjoy making videos, right? Do you enjoy being on camera, right? Do you have skills in video editing? Do you, how much do you know about audio? Could you learn more, right? If these are the questions that you need to ask yourself. For other people, they're very good with writing, so blogging would be for you. Again, if you say you're very good with with like communicating on video, then YouTube definitely is for you, because it's all about videos predominantly. Obviously, you can do Facebook Live, you can go, do your stories, IGTV, on, you can upload videos on LinkedIn. There's so many other ways that you can communicate, but predominantly as a baseline, you need to understand yourself, so that from there on, you can maximize and optimize yourself in a way that actually it gives you the freedom, the time freedom, the money freedom, the kind of freedom that you want for yourself and for your family, if that's something that you're interested in. So you need to ask yourself, your audience, how do they like to consume content? Do they like to read it? Then blogging might be for you. Writing articles might be for you. Do they like, photos? So Instagram, Pinterest, that might be for you. Do they enjoy watching videos? Then YouTube might be for you, right? So you actually need to understand, what are you passionate about? What is it that you love? And from there on, decide the kind of content that you want to make. So in as much as this video is about how to find your niche, for your YouTube channel and for your side hustle, your business, this might actually be that it guides you to something else which might actually work eventually better for you. Because at the end of the day, you want your work, which you have put a lot of effort in producing, you want it to be valuable to somebody else, so that in return they can give you whatever it is that is your goal, whatever you want, right? So I hope that this video has been of value to you, so that you can actually make a decision that helps you, and helps you not just right now, but in the long term. So just to summarize quickly, before you start a YouTube channel, you need to evaluate yourself, ensure that you understand yourself, you know what you're passionate about, what your purpose in life is. You need to ensure that these are some of the things that, as a baseline, you're very clear about. Then from there, ask yourself the demographics of the audience, of your target audience, this niche, who, what kind of age range do I want to address? What kind of problems do they have? What kind of goals do they want to achieve, that you can help them through your content? Then you want to ask yourself, which geographical areas are they in? YouTube analytics, Google analytics, they are you can go to those places to find out when these people, which geographical region your audience comes from, and then when are they awake, do your uploads, because that's when they're likely to watch your content, right? So that this will drive your subscribers up and your viewership as well. The other thing is, you want to ensure that you're clear in mind. Do you just want your YouTube channel to be for entertainment, comedy, for fun, or eventually do you want maybe to sell a product? Do you want maybe to have a cloth line? A lot of people have done it. They've started a YouTube channel and eventually they have ended up creating brands alongside that. And that's why having a personal brand should be your first consideration, in the sense that, why do you want to build? Why do you want to start your YouTube channel? Why do you have a side hustle, right? So let us know in the comments below, why do you want to start this journey of your YouTube channel, or even of your side hustle? Just let us know in the comments below, because this will inform how you build your personal brand, which is your umbrella brand. Then your YouTube channel, your side hustle, your product, your service, anything else comes underneath. But the most important thing is, you need to build a standout, profitable personal brand. And that is what I teach my students and my clients to do in my academy. If you want to find out more, I'll leave the link of the masterclass below to be the first link, which is at joycewsolomon.com/masterclass. Have a look at it, and it will really help you on your journey to building your personal brand, and also starting your YouTube channel and your side hustle or your business. So the other key thing that you want to ensure that you're clear on is, what kind of product do you want? Do you want to appeal to impulse buyers, or do you want to appeal to high ticket consumers? That will inform how you market your product eventually, because if you're appealing to impulse buyers, whatever you're selling will be a low ticket item, meaning it will be cheap, and therefore you will incur a lot of marketing costs, because if it's impulse buyers, they're not really that invested. But if it's a high-end ticket product, people will take a little bit more time to buy it, but when they buy it, they'll spend quite a bit. So you need to ensure that your marketing strategy, your branding strategy is aligned with that. These are some of the key things that before you start your YouTube channel or before you start your side hustle, just have a think about it, because it really makes it easy when you start going, because you're built on momentum, you're clear, you have a plan, you set your powerful goals, and it becomes easy for you to do that, to actually achieve the goals that you want. So also one of the things you want to consider is what, eventually really the people that you want to talk to, how do they consume the content, right? Do they like podcasts? Do they like blogging? Are they on Pinterest? Are they on Instagram because they enjoy photography? You know, these are the key things that you really want to ensure that you're clear on for yourself, because as long as you incorporate your skills, your knowledge, your experience into what you do, this will be very fundamental in how far you progress in your career or on your journey on YouTube, and also in your side hustle. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. So click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. And also let me know in the description below, what kind of business side hustle are you thinking of, and what skills do you have that you think will be helpful. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.